This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 60 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show on the Horse Radio Network. New fall equine merchandise. Please support our sponsors as they make this show possible. Equestrian Collections brings the whole universe of equestrian shopping to your fingertips. Visit them at equestriancollections.com. And also Easy Signs Online, the #1 farm sign company in the United States. Order online at easysignsonline.com.
Welcome to the Stable Scoop, with weekly shows delivered right to you. With Helena and Glenn the Geek, live from the stable, it's every week. They bring you the news through hail or high water, while using their tails as their own fly swatters. So sit on down and laugh till you poop, cause it's time again for Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop.
I can't do it. This is Glenn the Geek.
And this is Helena B. And you're listening to the Stable Scoop Radio Show on the Horse Radio Network.
I'm sorry, everybody, but we have the giggles today, and we just can't get through the opening. It's about our 5th attempt.
And there's absolutely no reason. There's nothing
going on, actually. But we do have an exciting show planned for today that should be a lot of fun, and I think that's actually why we're so giggly. Those of you that have listened to this show know that Helena and I have been in horse retail selling stuff for many, many years, and still involved in that through advertising and other ways. So we love this kind of thing. We love horse stuff and merchandise and the new stuff that's coming out. I'd say, Helena, you buy more of it than I do, probably.
Yeah, well, I have a horse at the moment, so I need it. But, it's a good excuse to buy stuff.
Well, today we have our old friend Chris Dugan with us from Equestrian Collections, and we're taking our annual look at the new fall and winter merchandise that is coming out. And
this is a big season for retail.
Yeah, it is. Actually, yes. When we were in retail, summer always stank because the end of summer, people stopped buying for shows because they had everything.
Right.
So you always looked forward to fall and winter because of the winter coats and the jackets and blankets for your horse, all the cool winter stuff that would come out, gloves and hats. And that's what we're taking a look at today, is all of the cool winter and fall stuff that's coming out now. We're going to be taking a look at some of the new stuff. And we have with us Sharon Gladsky, who is the Mountain Horse Brand Manager from Equestrian Riding Supply.
English Riding Supply.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, English Riding Supply, who's going to be talking about winter wear and clothing, that kind of thing. And then we'll be diving into blankets for the year. We take a look at what's new, what's coming out. We have Stephanie with us, who is the Director of Operations for Equestrian Collections, and she's apparently known as the queen of all there is to know about blankets. So hopefully we can get out of her, the proper fitting and all that stuff too. Plus, we'll be giving away some great stuff. Chris announced this morning that we're going to be giving away a couple of cool items from Equestrian Collections. So you can stay tuned to the show today to learn how you can win. So we'll be announcing that later as well. So there's just lots of fun stuff today.
So this is kind of like the fall shopping episode, yeah?
Yes, this is our fall shopping episode. We'll do another one of these before Christmas time. As you remember, last year we did the Christmas gift buying episode.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, and we thought people loved that episode, and we thought, the other big buying time of the year, there's two other big buying times of the year. One is all the new stuff coming out for fall and winter, and then all the new stuff coming out for spring and summer. So we'll try and do shows around those times. Now, of course, at Christmas time we'll be doing an English and a Western show again.
Right.
So we'll try and get Rods back on to do a Western show with us. And we just had so much fun doing that last year, and it's that time of year when you just want to have light, fluffy shows. So
yes, with light, fluffy, fun products.
So
they had a lot of fun stuff. That's what's good about the holiday shows, is that you can, see the fall shows, the fall shopping season is great when you want to buy stuff for yourself and your horse.
Right.
And then the winter stuff, the holiday stuff, is great for what you have to buy for everybody else.
Right.
But even better is that it's all horse stuff. It's all horse stuff. So you can get your fix. You can spend lots and lots and lots of money, and it's all horse stuff.
Well, get out your checkbooks. If you're sitting by the computer, we encourage you to follow along and go to equestriancollections.com, and you'll be able to check out all the cool stuff that we're talking about. Plus, we'll actually put links to the products that we talk about today in the show notes. So there should be links and pictures in the show notes of the products that we're talking about today. So you'll find those at stablescoop.com. And actually, I am going to try and get Chris on right now, if you're good with that, Helena.
That sounds good to me.
We'll get Chris on here, and we'll start the show, because otherwise we're just going to sit around laughing and get nothing accomplished.
And that's different from our other shows, how?
I don't know. Last week you had me all serious-like.
I know. Sorry about that.
See, you notice who scheduled this show?
Yeah, I know. You're in charge of light and fluffy. We're going to give you a new title.
I couldn't think of anything more light and fluffy than talking about cool horse stuff.
Executive producer in charge of light and fluffy.
Hello.
That's right. Is this Chris?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Chris, Helena and Glenn.
Hi, how are you both?
We're good.
Hi, we're good. We're
Are we all set for today?
Yeah, we've been having a great time here. We're just laughing and carrying on today, so look out.
Yeah,
Well, good. Well, I'm up for it.
Oh, good.
That is for sure.
Well, we were just talking about, and you are on the air, by the way.
Okay.
We're just talking about how there are certain seasons of the year that are so much fun in retail, and one of those seasons that we all looked forward to, of course, is fall and winter, because all the new fall stuff comes out, new winter stuff comes out, and you get new hats and new gloves and new coats and new blankets, and it's just really cool time. And it's sort of like right before Christmas, so you're sort of, in the back of your mind, you're thinking about that. It's just a fun time.
It is, and what we're seeing is exactly that. Our shoppers are shopping all the items to keep themselves and their horses warm. And so they're going for all the lovely fall colors and the browns and the earth tones and the oranges, and having a lot of fun themselves with it. But they're definitely thinking of how do I keep myself warm as I start to ride, and how am I going to keep my horse warm that I just clipped. So what we're seeing is lots of blankets, and also all, of course, the nice fall jackets, and all the fall items now are being ordered, I think, a little earlier than usual even. I don't know where in the country it's getting a bit colder faster, but that's what we're definitely seeing, just lots and lots of fall items coming in.
Have you noticed through the years that colors have become more popular, more of a wide variety of colors? Are people stepping out a little more than they used to?
I would say so. I think they're going for a little bit of style. And we see that in the mountain horse clothing, and also in the horsewear clothing, for example, this year, where there's some really nice colors. But they're going, I think, as well as for the colors, they're going for the quality. So even in this economy, what we're seeing is them thinking, well, maybe if I get, a couple of really nice pieces and then combine them with maybe some other things that I have, I've got something that maybe will last into next year. The same on the blankets, we're seeing exactly that. Maybe something that is, a bigger brand that maybe will last a bit longer. So they're going for the 4 to 5 year, 5-year blanket rather than going, maybe I'll just buy something that is, it's much less in dollars, but it's probably only going to last me the season. So we're seeing that kind of value-minded thinking in our shoppers this year.
Are you seeing things? This is something that's kind of important to me. Is for fall riding apparel, articles of clothing that are great for transitional weather. If you start out kind of chilly, and maybe a jacket with sleeves that come off or different layers, so if you heat up while you're riding, you can take it off.
Yes, yes, exactly. We are seeing that. Certainly the transitional aspect of it, but also the functional side of it we're seeing too. That it is a riding jacket or it's riding breeches, and a top that's specifically designed for riding, because I think people are getting a little bit more aware, as with other sports, that they're designed like that for a purpose. So that when you're riding, when you're in the middle of a crest release, you don't want to find out that your jacket didn't release with you, and all of a sudden, you're not going to get
I've seen some breaches.
that you want. And
I've seen that happen to some breaches on cross country.
Yes, it's not a pretty sight usually.
I've heard that sound before.
That's right. Yeah, that rip sound as the lining goes.
Yeah, or the or not the lining.
Yes, I've done that myself, and that's where you learn. Maybe something with a stretch lining, or the lining with the mesh, and
that's when you spend an extra $50 on your bridges.
That's right.
Yes,
it's not going to split up.
Spend a little bit extra and get something that is truly workable, truly that you're not going to be standing out when it really is cold, not transitional right now, but you're absolutely freezing cold, and you're stamping your feet and going, oh my God, I wish I had, a different pair of socks on, or the cold's going right through the bottom of my boots. I wonder why. That's when I think it's worth it to have well thought out your outfit for the fall and the winter right now, which is, as I say, I think our shoppers are actually doing that as we speak. So it's always interesting to see.
Before we get into the stuff, and I know we're going to get Sharon Gladsky on here from Mountain Horse very shortly, but I wanted to ask you a little bit off topic, but something I've been wanting to talk to you about for quite a while now, is your Facebook fan page.
Yes.
Did you ever imagine that you would have one of the largest fan pages of any equestrian site on the internet?
I did and I didn't. I hoped that would happen, but I have to say we really sat down and talked to a lot of people before we did it to find out people who really do like social networking, and found out what their comfort level was going to be. If what would they want? What did they? If we were going to put a site up, I didn't want it to be here's a product, and here yet again is another Equestrian Collections product, and here's another one, because I wouldn't like that, and they obviously weren't going to like it either. So what we wanted to do is to say, well, Equestrian Collections really are shoppers and people that will be eventual shoppers with us. What do they do? And we really sat down and mapped out, and what amazed us was it's really this 25, 35, 45-year-old woman on the whole that has multiple horses, that rides multiple disciplines, that really it is her lifestyle. It's the main factor other than her family and her job. That's who she is. And that's really what we tried to reflect on the site. We tried to bring to the Facebook, Equestrian Collections Facebook fan page, all of those elements. So we have guest people posting very interesting things, yourself included. We have a dressage mom posting. We have someone who...
Well, you have Jean Lambrecht, who's been on our show numerous times.
Fabulous. Yeah, and what we're trying to do is, it's not about us. It's really about our really global equestrian community. And that's really what our aim is, to be that largest community on the internet, on Facebook, that really has a connection to horses. Now, there are some that have a few more members than we do. Right now, we're over 9,000, getting close to 10,000 actually. We want to do is interest them every day. Something that is different and unique, and
what's happened is what's truly supposed to happen in a social network like this, in a new media social network, is what's happened is you don't have to do that so much anymore. Your followers and your fans are doing it for you.
Yes, which is exactly what we wanted to do, and we want to keep enlarging that and bring more and more people that are interesting onto it. We actually have them posting as administrators on site, so that these key people, that they can really spread their word, but also reach everybody, because I think they're super interesting. And if we're to expand and keep that interest, we have very very busy people with only small elements of time that want to maybe come and see us for a few minutes every day. And I certainly want to make sure that every single visit is something where they're going to, we've given something of value, or they've learned something, or they've just plain had a good time on the site. So that's really what
I'm just on there now, and I'm reading the first couple entries. By the way, I have to say thanks to Casey Schuster, who made a comment on last Horse Tip Daily Show, and she said, "I really like the Geeks shows. Thanks." Well, I appreciate that.
I was just reading that too.
And then I like
Well,
this
they
one too.
do.
This one better from a horse's mouth than a behind. So I really like that one. That was from Carolyn, who also says, "I'm so grateful for this site." Your listener, or no, not listeners, your readers, your fans, your customers are the ones that are really making this work. And we get more comments on our shows that we post all our shows on your fan page. We get more comments there than any place else about the shows.
Oh, that's nice to hear, and I think that will only, get more and more and better. We've only really been doing this. Actually, one of the first days that Facebook did their fan page, we were there the first day. So we're there as long as you could possibly be as a fan page. So it's only a couple of months or so, and we're already at that 10,000 mark almost. So, I think this is just the beginning. As I say, you ain't seen nothing yet, I think. Nothing like a huge community of women riders. Although actually our male population is growing to almost 3%, so hopefully we'll be attracting more men also, which is a good thing.
And that's so lonely now.
Come on over. That's what you need to do. Oh gosh, great idea, Chris.
Yeah.
And let's add a whole new category.
Men?
You can go up to Equestrian Collections and you can get boots, you can get breeches, and you can get a date.
There you go. For the men.
We're not starting from scratch. We're not even
Slim pickings for ladies.
You're going to need the single section there.
Shopping.
It's just a different form of shopping.
Well, I mean, you're there already. Why not?
We better get on with the show, but I just wanted to congratulate you. You're doing a great job, and we appreciate you letting us be part of that.
Well, it's fun.
It's fun to do the shows, and it's fun to have a company like yours as a sponsor. And I've said this on the show before. You truly do get new media and understand the way it works and building a community. And I think that's proven by your fan page. So congratulations for that.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, good. Well, let's get our next guest on here. And let me pull it up. We have Sharon Gladsky. Maybe you could introduce her a little bit.
Yeah, Sharon actually, Sharon Gladsky is the brand manager of Mountain Horse USA. Anything there is to know about Mountain Horse, any of the products that you see, Sharon is just amazing. She helps plan what comes into the United States. She really tries to get the product to meet all the needs of the U.S. market, not just adopting product that happens to be in Europe. So, she does a fantastic, wonderful job, and she's just a joy to work with. So you're all going to enjoy her a lot.
And she's with English Riding Supply, right?
Yes, she's with English Riding Supply, which is the sole distributor of Mountain Horse products in the United States.
Okay, and I think that's...
I think I got that right.
Yeah, and I think it's...
she's definitely told me if I didn't.
And I think it's EnglishRidingSupply.com is where you can find it. All right, well, let's get Sharon on here. Well, we're back. We have Sharon Gladsky on the line here. Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Well, we're glad to have you on, and I'm sad and happy to have you on. I'm happy to have you on because I love Mountain Horse and have known English Riding Supply for a very long time. I'm sad to have you on because that means it's fall and winter, and I really like the summer.
And we like the winter. It's great for boot sales and jackets.
Yes, I know. My wife's in retail too, and she says the same thing. Oh, it's fall. We're going to sell blankets now.
So, fun if you get all cozied up with
you just told us all it was a wonderful thing when I came on. You can't change your mind now and go for a different season.
I guess.
We're all getting ready for the fall and the winter, so we're in the keep you warm and cozy mood. So.
Well, we're going to
Glenn,
start.
That means you have to go shopping.
That's right. I know. I do have to. And I love the funny part is I absolutely love coats. I have a coat fetish, and I have more coats. And my wife keeps saying you can't buy any more coats. And then what are you guys talking about today? Coats.
Oh, we can hook you up, Glenn.
Yes, Sharon is well for you. That's for sure.
Well,
She has more coats at her disposal than anybody I know.
We're going to start talking about, before we get into the horse today, we want to talk about the rider and what's coming up this year as far as the rider is concerned. How can they stay warm from head to toe? What is there out there that may be new or you've maybe redesigned a little bit? And then I also was looking over what we're going to talk about today, and I have a couple questions, I'm sure, and Helena always does. So why don't we get started? What do you want to start with?
We want to start at the top of the bottom. I guess the jacket would be a great place to start, especially this jacket, which is the Arena jacket by Mountain Horse, which was voted number 1, wasn't it, Sharon, by Horse Journal?
That is correct. It was the editor's choice. Recently, over the past 3 months, they had field tested this jacket against 7 other equestrian apparel companies' jackets, and we came out on top, and they found that it was the best rain jacket for riding in, working in. They felt it had many innovative features, and it became their number 1 choice, so we are thrilled.
Well, now, you said it is a 3-in-1. Is it you said it's a 3-season. Okay.
3-season, correct, yes.
Gotcha. And now you guys advertise the 2-way waterproof zippers. What do you mean by that?
A 2-way zipper is great for when you're in the saddle and for quick ventilation. So you may be all zipped up on the ground in inclement weather, but when you want to ride, you may want your jacket spread open on the bottom so you can zip up from the bottom as well as zip down from the top. And what a zipper does is provide easy ventilation. So it can protect you from the elements, but also give you a little bit more air when you're riding. And then also comfort. When you zip up from the bottom, you can open that flap so you're not sitting on the front of your jacket.
Right. And the other nice thing is they are waterproof, so that when it does rain, you don't get, the leakage in the front, which on some, in the more inexpensive jackets, they leak through the zipper. Which you really don't want to do because then you get wet underneath and then you get cold. So,
and you're saying it's waterproof. So this is waterproof, not water resistant. It's waterproof.
Correct. The Arena jacket, it's windproof, waterproof, and breathable, and the zipper is also waterproof.
It has a hood. Does the hood fit over your helmet?
It does. It is designed to fit over your helmet. And what
everybody always has that. It's just a predictable question. If there's a jacket with a hood, I will give you 99.9% of the time everyone asks, is it, can you put it over the helmet? And Sharon is about the only person I've ever heard that actually knows the answer to that one with this jacket. And it's a resounding yes.
That's how you know a horse person.
My vinyl helmet cover. If it's not attached to me, like my mittens should be attached to my sleeve. So a hood that fits over my helmet is the only way I'll keep my helmet dry.
Well, you know what? You know a true horse person when they do ask that question.
Correct.
That's how you know a true horse person.
Yes.
You're a stupid horse person that's stuck out in the rain.
Now, because we do not want you to take your helmet off. So
and this one comes in
proponents of wearing a helmet at all times. So
this one comes in a lot of cool colors. It's black, ice blue, green earth, opal blue, and whale gray.
All right. And we're actually going to give away a blue one, but a real pretty pale blue one on the show today. So someone is going to win that. I'm not quite sure how you do your giveaways on your shows, but you have one.
Yes. Oh, great. Well, we're going to be giving away at a Ladies Arena jacket, and these are actually priced at Equestrian Collections at $144.95. And they are a good-looking jacket. I had my assistant here take a look at it, and she's a young lady. She said she'd wear that. So she likes that jacket. So it got the seal of approval on this end.
I have another question about it. I have actually 2 more questions about it. Does it is it a quiet jacket, or does it can you hear it when you move? Does it shh?
Very quiet. It's an outer soft material, and that was one of the points that Horse Journal made. They thought it was very unique because the material was so soft, but yet was still so waterproof, had a good fit, good protection. And what's unique about the hood is that even though it also fits over your helmet, it still provides good visibility. It won't interfere with your vision, and the hood stays in place. So sometimes when you turn your head to look, your vision is blocked by the hood. It will not happen with this hood.
That's great news. And does it come in youth sizes? Do you have one for kids?
Not this particular jacket. We do go all the way down to ladies extra small, which is about a child's 14. Okay. But we do have jackets made specifically for the young rider.
We like that answer. That's two good answers you've given us today. Keep it coming.
She's doing good. All right. Well, then we're going to announce a little bit later. We're going to make everybody wait to learn how they can win this jacket.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna make them hold on. All right. So we got the top part covered, and is this a new one for this year, or is it redesigned, or?
This is a Goldie. This is a one that's been around a bit, right, Sharon? They just keep making it a little bit better.
Correct. This is the second year for this jacket, and we just keep adding new colors because it's done so well for us. So last year we had 2 colors. This year we now have 4.
What's the most popular color in jackets in general?
Black.
Is it still black?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Okay. That's good to know.
And then you always have your fashion. You always have your fashion colors that come in and go out, but black is always a staple. Black, navy, or green, always your staples.
Yeah.
I got it. What's your favorite color jacket? Oh, I shouldn't ask Helena this. I've seen her wardrobe. So, what is your favorite color, Helena?
My favorite color is probably a blue, some shade of blue, except royal blue. I don't do well with royal blue, but I like the pale blue that they have this jacket in. It's sort of a feminine blue, but still has that, I don't know, I'm a blue person. But, you know, when I'm riding in the fall and the winter, I have been starting to wear bright orange. So that, because, you know, again, like a vest, if you're out hacking through the woods or whatever, you kind of want to be spotted so you don't get shot at.
Right.
But I always forget my vest, so I'm actually taken to wearing a bright orange jacket. And it's waterproof, but it doesn't have a hood that covers my helmet. So maybe the folks at Mountain Horse can consider a
whole line of hunters wear?
Yeah. That do not get shot while you're out hacking line.
That's a very good idea. I'm in Pennsylvania, and archery season has already started, and next will be rifle season. And matter of fact, I've been working on an article now for how to be safe when you're riding during hunting season. And, of course, the best advice I can give you is don't go out on the first day.
I was going to say, Monday after Thanksgiving, don't go out. No.
Yep,
no.
Don't go out. Even though we have bright colors and reflective trim and all those details, first day, stay inside, just to be on the safe side.
You know, when we lived in Pennsylvania, we had a big farm there, and we wouldn't even put the horses out the first day of hunting season. They would not go out in the fields that day.
Yep,
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it was just, there's 1 million hunters that descend on Pennsylvania that first day, and that's just a lot of people with guns.
Right.
All right, what do we have next?
Well, I think going down, I have to say the thing that one of the items that we see coming through from now on till about the end of January will be the Mountain Horse Polar Fleece breeches. We are amazed about this particular breech because it isn't a $39 breech. It's a substantial, wonderful breech in the big package it comes in, and it's super. And just hundreds and hundreds of them go through. They are the breech that if you want to stand out in the cold, or if you're giving a lesson, or if you're riding a lot in the winter, this is the breech for you, I think. It's got lots of articulation in it, so that it kind of bends and goes with you, so it doesn't bind, and it keeps you super warm. And it's got reflective tape, I think, on it too, doesn't it, Sharon?
It does. It's also windproof, waterproof, and breathable. And again, we have the waterproof full zippers that run the full length down the side of each pants. There's snow gaiters in the inside to keep out the snow and the cold.
What does that mean anyway, snow gaiters?
That is a piece of material that's built inside the bottom of the leg. So even though your pants, the bottom of the pants is like a jean, so you would pull these over another pair of pants. So if you have your jeans on or your breeches on, this is an over breech. On the snow gaiters then have a little elastic band around the bottom that will then fit over the ankle of your leg, and that will keep out the snow and cold.
Okay, cool. And these actually, when I saw the design of them, I thought to myself, you were talking about, they sort of did remind me of a horse blanket in the way that they do articulate, especially around the knees there. It sort of did remind me of that a little bit.
Correct. And the seat
move
also,
around. And, yeah.
Yep, the seat's also ergonomically shaped.
And these are full seat too, right?
Correct, yes.
So what's the full seat material? It's obviously not leather then.
That's an imitation leather.
Okay.
It's a nylon polyurethane, so you have a little bit of stick there, but it is not a real leather. So you can wash these. When you get them all dirty, you can just throw them in the washing machine, hang them up to dry.
And these come in everybody's favorite color.
Black.
Now, these are good. I'll tell you what, that's one of the areas that I think when I was really into retail 10 years ago, the riding pants were limited. You didn't really have a lot of good winter riding breeches.
Right. And this is unisex as well, so if you're out doing the barn and everything and you happen to be a guy, you can wear them too. So,
and a lot of the stuff that's unisex, me as a guy, I look at it and go, I'm not wearing that. But
how my husband always says, real men don't wear unisex. And when I go and talk to manufacturers, I tell them that. But I think we put them on the site in both the men and the ladies section, and that way it sells.
But you know what? I would probably wear these. They seem to be not so that they are not leaning toward the. I don't know. I would look at them and say unisex.
These look like something I would ski in, or you would see anybody. A question though is on the length, because it's I'm sort of petite, and I always have trouble with these kinds of things. So I'm looking at the bottom, the ankles. Is that a snap or is it Velcro that keeps them closed?
That is a snap. It's the full zipper down the side, and then the snap that protects the bottom of your zipper.
So if let's say they're a little bit too, or do they come in different lengths? Can you get a shorter length or?
Not at this time, one length only, but we do have a different style of winter breech, which is called the Winter Rider pant, that does have a shorter inseam.
Okay. Because sometimes I'm thinking, usually you have to make some kind of modification. Like, I really would love these pants. I have a feeling they're going to be a skosh too long for me, but if they snap and I can cuff them up once, without sacrificing grip or tightness around the ankle. Because, you don't want too much bulk down there. So if the snap stays snapped and you can cuff them up, that would solve a big problem.
Well, and I will say, Helena, that Question Collections does a good job of putting size charts on their products. And this one does have a size chart also with the inseam for everybody.
Right.
If it's, if it's 6 inches out, probably not. But if it's 3 inches out or so, I would say you could do exactly what you say, is you'll be able to cup it up a little bit at the bottom or turn it under once you get it there, either which way, or stick it under a pair of tall boots and you're all set. So I think you'd be in good shape.
These would tuck into tall boots?
Well, it depends what you have. Not tall riding boots, but riding boots rather than show boots. So if you have something like a mountain horse boot,
I'd be afraid that's
full rider with the, you can probably stuff it all down there. Probably.
Right.
Yeah. Well, this one runs $140.95 at Equestrian Collection, so check that out. Now we got the top and we got the bottom. Now I think we're heading to the feet, aren't we? And that, by the way, that was the Mountain Horse unisex polar riding breeches. Yeah,
top selling winter breech that we have last couple of years. So we've been thrilled with it.
Good. Cool.
Boots, we picked a wonderful pair of boots that have got the faux fleece lining in them, which I particularly thought they were they look warm before you even put your feet in them. So I'm sure Sharon can tell you a little bit about those. Are the Stella Polaris winter boot, which sounds wonderful to me.
Yes, this is our newest winter boot, and it has a faux leather foot part. And that provides flexibility in the foot area. Sometimes when you put on a winter boot, they feel a bit clunky. But this new faux leather is very flexible. It's been tested to withstand over 1 million flexes in minus 10-degree weather. The treads are very
Who was
unique.
the poor guy that had to do that?
That is done at a testing facility in the UK by machines.
Okay,
So
just
what they-
checking.
Yep.
Very good.
They build, and actually, it's very unique. I've asked for a copy of the video that we can post on our website.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, to see the testing process, because it's amazing what they put these.
Well, isn't that
boots-
going to be like a 3-day video of the shoot going back and forth, back and forth, back and
So
forth?
that's going to be a top seller. But
in real time? Yes.
That'll
yes.
be number one on YouTube.
we'll put 10 seconds of it up. Of it. At the point.
The sole is very unique too because they have dirt repellent tread zones, and these tread zones will offer you increased stability too while you're walking on ice and snow. So that's very important in the winter. You don't want to be on your feet more than you are on your butt.
So these can go from barn to saddle.
Absolutely, yes.
And around the supermarket when you're done, I would suspect as well, because they really look nice. They don't look they're kind of big and clunky. They look like almost like a fashion boot, and they just look nice. They're quite chic looking.
Hey, yeah, you're right. It's so funny because until you mentioned that, I wouldn't have even considered these as a sort of around town winter boot.
Oh yeah.
Now that you mention it, I think I might have to pick up a pair.
Yeah, you didn't move far enough south. You're still going to need those, Helena.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm such a huge Mountain Horse fan. I still have my sportive high riders that are falling apart because I've had them for 10 years. But
Do you find that
them.
with Mountain Horse products is that people do tend to keep them forever?
I'll tell you what, I've hit horse shows that people have had the same jacket for about 15 years, original Mountain Horse jackets, and it's a good conversation starter because I can walk up to them and say, "Don't you think it's time for a new jacket?"
Exactly.
And they laugh and they don't want to part with that jacket. They've had it for so long. And the same with boots. I get emails every day, people saying, I've had these boots for 5 years, 7 years, and I just don't want to part with them, but what do you have new? It's time. I've just worn them out. And every season you will see new products on Equestrian Collections for Mountain Horse. So spring and then fall, you will see all the updates right there of all the new products that are available.
And
They have the catalog up. We have all your catalogs up as well, which are kind of neat. They're all click to shop. So Mountain Horse does a super job of doing this gorgeous magazine kind of looking catalog, which we just loved. And on a website, some of that kind of nice ooh and wow look just disappears. So we actually put that catalog up so you can see it. And if you like anything, you can just click and it goes straight to the product on the site. So we try to preserve that. And I know Sharon's really responsible for putting that together in the United States, and it's fabulous. It's one of the best product catalogs in the industry. So we have all of them up for the apparel and also for the boots for the fall and also for the spring.
It's nice to see those lifestyle pictures that you have in the catalogs because, sometimes when you see a product, you can't really appreciate it until you see a photo of it in action. Mm-hmm. And then you can sort of relate to how you might, how I might use it, or, oh yeah, I can tuck, some schooling tights into that, or, the jacket, like to see where a jacket falls on the rider's waist and around your hips. I know that's kind of a big deal. So when you see it on the model, I think it really helps when you're trying to shop.
And I wish we could do more of that. Mountain Horse puts out so many fantastic images, but there's only so much you could put on a catalog page.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we try and take advantage of it on the websites. And like Chris said, she puts our entire catalog on, and then she uses additional images too on her website. But, there are so many good shots. They do a fabulous job. So we're already shooting fall 2010.
Where's that going to start?
Yeah. And great shots. Everything looks wonderful for even next season.
Wow.
Oh.
And, these are the Mountain Horse Lady Stella Polaris winter boots. And one other thing I wanted to say about them is they have something that I think is almost required on winter boots, in my opinion, and that's the side elastic. I don't know that we mentioned that. I just think that's a requirement on winter boots because, people always are wearing very thick socks and blah, blah, blah. So, it's just, I think it's a requirement, and they have them.
Yeah,
thick socks and base layers. This will just give you that little bit of extra stretch room to put on your extra layers.
And that
Right.
these are very reasonable, $180.95. And they come in the wonderful color of
Black.
and they do come in regulars and wides. I also wanted to mention that as well.
Correct.
Great. Well, that's super. Now, there's something we're going to talk about that is one of my wife's fetishes, and she has 1,000 different colors and varieties, and that's what goes under the boots.
Yes, the socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really neat pair of socks, the Mountain Horse Ultra sock that supports your foot as well. I think the nice thing that's for somebody too is that we're actually going to give away, or Mountain Horse is giving away a pair of them to somebody on the show today. So they're really neat, and Sharon can tell you more about those.
Well, what's important in a sock is a lot of times people will buy a new boot, bring them home, and it doesn't matter what kind, whether it's your tall boot, your winter boot, your paddock boot, and try them on, and for the first day, they're thinking, oh, boy, they rub, they're sore, what's wrong with these boots? And you have to remember that your socks are just as important as your boots. You should pretty much avoid 100% cotton socks altogether because cotton absorbs moisture. And when you have moisture in your socks, that's where your feet are prone to rubs, and it's the friction from the rubs that causes blisters. You should look for socks that have a blend, a natural, it could be cotton, but then with an acrylic, or a wool or a silk with other fabrics. Excuse me. And that will then help to wick the moisture away from your feet, and it makes all the difference in your boots. If you even go to a hiking site and ask what are the best boots or best socks for hiking, they will tell you completely avoid cotton socks, and you want to go with some synthetics that help wick moisture away and also offer extra padding and elastic support. And that's what these socks do. There's additional padding on the inner leg. There's a blister guard system in the heel, sole, and toe. And all that makes a difference. When you put on your boots for the first day, if you have the right socks on, I will guarantee you that your boots will feel 100% better than with your sweat socks or just a regular cotton sock. And it's that important that you choose the right socks for the boots that you're wearing.
These are nice and tall as well. They come right up to the top of your boot, so that your whole foot and leg up to the top of your boot stays warm and dry, which is a nice thing with them.
Mm.
So this is a nice socks to win. They're fabulous. They're not just socks. They're Mountain Horse Ultra socks. They're all socks.
You don't see too many socks that have the inner cushion on the inner leg there.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at that and like drooling a little bit. They look pretty, and the footbed looks pretty cozy too.
They are. You put them on, and it kind of grabs hold of your feet. You can really feel the support, and then it also just you feel them around your ankles as well. So you really feel well supported when you put them on and warm without feeling hot.
Mm.
Well, the elastic ankle and arch supports, that stops your socks from slipping down. A lot of times if you put on a pair of socks, they'll get all scrunched up in the bottom of your boot. This won't happen with our socks because there's bands around the arch of your foot and around your ankle that keeps the socks in place.
What would you say their thickness is? Would you say obviously they're not thin like regular tall boot socks, but where do they fall outside of that thickness?
This is a winter weight. It's also important to choose socks for the season. So when you're riding in the winter, you want a little bit extra padding in there. So this is about a medium weight. This isn't a thick sock because our boots are so insulated, you really don't need a very thick boot sock.
Right.
So this is a medium weight, and then in the summer, again, you want a thinner sock, but again with cushioning. Just that little bit of extra cushioning adds all the difference to the padding, which will ensure maximum comfort.
And it's made of 5 ingredients that I can't say. So
Don't even try, Rachel. You can't pronounce it, but if it's in a sock, it's probably good. If it's in your food, just don't eat it.
Don't go eating any socks, Glenn.
this is the Mountain Horse Unisex Ultra Socks. They come in like 2 sizes, I think, like small, medium, and large, extra large. And then they come in the wonderful color of?
Black.
Yeah, of course. Well, Yeah, so they do have some white on them. So
Yeah, they have a little strip of white. So for
They're high
those of you
tech.
that
They're
are
high tech.
opposed
They
to
look.
black,
They're serious socks.
Yeah,
That's,
they're-
black is a serious color.
and they're really
serious.
meant for under your tall boots. I mean, that's what they're meant for. So then we have one other product we're going to talk about from Mountain Horse today, and that's gloves. And I'm
can we do the balaclava instead?
the
You said, yeah, we sent you one. This is neater than I love gloves. If we only have one more to choose, I think something that everyone will love is the Mountain Horse Opus Balaclava,
Okay.
and you have a link for that. It's really neat in that it goes on under the helmet, covers all your face. It doesn't have like a thing for the nose as well, like a flap goes over your nose, keeps your
so
nose
your
warm.
nose protected on top, but it's vented on the bottom so moisture and perspiration don't build up inside. And also where your mouth is, there's a little mesh insert, and that also avoids moisture collection.
And how do you pronounce the name of this item?
Opus Balaclava.
Balaclava. Okay.
Yes. Not
Yes.
V is used with baklava, which is a pastry.
Just pastry.
Can you spit the pastry through the mouth opening?
Yeah, that's sounding good right now, though. I've missed lunch.
Yeah,
Okay, so balaclava.
So this is sort of like a sleazy for your head.
Yeah.
It's what bank robbers look as though they're wearing. when they come
Yeah. It's like a.
back.
But this is like a full face one. This is for serious winter weather here.
This
It
is
is,
great,
and
though.
it is thin enough to also wear under a helmet.
Okay.
Yes. It's a fabulous thing, and we're seeing people buying them already. Anyone that's out in the elements, riding in the elements, this is absolutely fabulous. I think, doesn't it have vents for the ears so you can hear as well?
That is in our Orbit headband. It's vented, but the material on the balaclava is so thin, it'll still offer protection.
that's right.
But, you can still hear.
Which is a good thing.
And if
Yeah.
you can't afford to buy any of the more expensive things that we've talked about today, you can buy one of these for $17.95 and rob a bank.
Yes.
There you go. To pay for the rest. And we're all
100%. You're going to rob the bank.
your
pull a bunch of
identity.
horses at least. So, all right. So this nifty little item will help keep your ears warm and your cheeks warm, and it doesn't impede your vision.
your nose.
Correct.
And your
Keep
nose.
everything warm. I mean, it's pretty much covering everything but the eyeballs.
Yep,
Right.
and your neck. And your neck.
And your
so
neck.
that'll tuck right down inside your jacket.
Okay. Again, another question with regard to the kids. Do we have one like this for the little ones?
Not in this style. We do have other hats with the ear flaps that you can tie around, but not specifically in the balaclava, although it's very stretchy. I've seen men put that on, and I purchased two for my children last year. So I have a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old, and they're both wearing them.
Perfect. Okay.
Right, it's great for like dirt bike riding, or just even going just going to school when it's live in Pennsylvania with the
Yeah.
wind blowing. It's perfect. So I think that's going to be probably one of our number one selling accessory items this year is that balaclava helmet.
And you'll be
And,
seeing,
and a great gift at that price point.
yeah,
A
it
very
is
great
pretty
gift.
cheap,
Nice
actually.
class prize, too.
Yeah, and
you know?
I think you'll be seeing them. They'll be the hit next year on Cops. That's
Well,
all
I
right.
hope that mountain horse reflective material really shows up on the camera.
That's right.
Well, we appreciate you being on. We're running out of time, Sharon. But, it's always a pleasure to talk about winter wear with Mountain Horse. You guys have been around a long time and doing a great job, and I think you're everybody's favorite. Everybody looks forward to Mountain Horse and what you're coming out with every year.
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thanks a lot, Sharon.
Take care.
Okay. Have a good
Bye.
day. Bye-bye.
Well, now, Chris, I think we're getting on the show. By the way, do you mind if we skip your commercial this week?
No, it's fine. I think you need it. Yeah.
She's like, what?
think you're doing all right.
I think we're probably doing okay with that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I should have it.
Atta girl.
Anyway, we're getting on one of your people. Tell us about who's coming up next.
Yes, Stephanie Berlin is our operations director here at Equestrian Collections. And if anyone knows about blankets, she certainly is the person. She is amazing in the way that she can detail all the little bits and pieces on blankets that make them work and what the features on one compared to the features on the other. So I figured bring an expert, and she'll be, she's smiling, but she's truly amazing with it. So we thought, as we talked about keeping your horse warm this year, that we would talk about a brand new collection that we have this year from Horseware.
Okay, great.
So,
right. Well,
which is Rambo, Rhino, and Amigo. If people don't recognize the brands underneath the Horseware of Ireland name, that's what we have.
Well, hi, Stephanie, and welcome to the Stable Scoop Show. We appreciate you being on.
Well, hello to you, too.
Well, you know, I sold a lot of blankets over my lifetime, but I'll tell you what, when I was selling blankets 5, 10, 15 years ago, they were a lot different, and they've come a long way in blanket technology now. They're nothing like they were back then.
Absolutely.
So what's new this year? What has Horseware added that really provides that additional protection, support, flexibility, that kind of thing?
Rambo's newest line, they've just redesigned their Rhino line. Rhino, of course, is one of the Horseware of Ireland brands, and they have made them, most of their turnout sheets are now able to use the blanket liner system, which gives you a lot more flexibility in temperature and in washing. The liner system allows you to wash the blankets in parts rather than all at once, which of course is a lot easier on your machine.
Now, I've always heard too that when you wash a waterproof blanket, you're ruining the waterproofing. Is that true, or?
There are products on the market to wash your blanket with, and you should always read the instructions on how to wash your blanket, and always use the products that are on the market to wash your waterproof blankets. Of course, Horseware does have a guarantee.
The Rambo wash, isn't it?
Yeah, on their waterproof blankets, but that would be null and void if you do not use the correct product.
Okay. I always wondered about that.
Yeah, so don't use a detergent. Use a one that is specially for waterproof fabrics. And they work like a charm. They get the dirt out just as well. So you're not trading off not getting your blankets clean by using a different product. But they do a super wash of their own, Rambo wash. So use that, and your blanket literally will last almost forever. We were just talking before the show, and we were all exchanging stories of how long people have had their Rambo blankets, the original green ones, which we still see out in the fields, to the point where they're beginning to fade, but they're 7, 8, 9 years old at this point.
And it is important to wash your blankets because they lose their breathability if they're covered in mud.
Yeah, I think we all do, actually. So this year they have. What makes the new line better? I mean, what's good about the new line that they have out? And you said this was the Rhino line, right?
The Rhino line, yeah. Well, basically what they've done is the Rambo Duo was such a success that and the Rambo Duo, of course, was the first one that came up with the liner system. They've added that to virtually all of their Rhino blankets now, that they can use the liner system. And they clip in. There's no extraneous buckles and everything. There's no extra belly loops or anything. It clips directly into the cover, so that you can change the weight of your blanket from a shell basically to a super heavyweight blanket, and it's all just one cover basically.
Okay.
Right. There's only one blanket. I think it's the Rhino Work Turnout that doesn't accept this new liner. It doesn't have the hooks for it, but everything else
high neck blanket
does. Yeah, because it's high. Yeah, exactly. So as Stephanie said, it gives it, no matter what the temperature, especially this time of year when it can start to fluctuate around, you can start and begin to layer different blankets with the liner, and gives you just a ton of flexibility. And also, you don't have to wash your blankets as often either. So,
well, that's a great idea, actually. Why didn't somebody think about that sooner?
Yeah, well, they did, and then there's a couple of copies came straight out, but they really were the first company to come out with this great idea, and it works well. You could always get a couple of extra liners and keep them washed and just cycle them in and out, and every third time or so switch out, and actually wash the blanket out. So,
wow, that's great! What a great idea!
Yeah. So.
Super. What else is new this year in blankets, or what are we highlighting? I know that doesn't Horseware have some kind of deal that I've never heard of before?
Oh, the rebate that they're doing? Yeah. They've this is to celebrate their anniversary, and what they've done is they've got a downloadable coupon that most of their retailers are honoring, and what you can do is trade out your old blanket, and buy a new one. Download the coupon, send in the blanket, and you'll get $75 off your Rambo turnout. So, and then what we all do as retailers is we take those blankets and we actually give them to like the NARA, Riding for Handicapped Association Center, or to a local, horse relief charity kind of thing. So it's good for you. It's a win-win situation. It gets you to part company with your really, really, really old Rambo, get a new updated model, and do some good as well, as we pass on clean ones to wash them first before we send them, and then we make sure that they have some more useful life still out at one of the NARA centers. So it's neat.
Can you return any blankets? If it has holes in it and everything, you can return it, or they only want ones that are sound?
Rambo. You have to send back a Rambo turnout, I believe, and
it doesn't matter what condition it's in?
No, well, it's hopefully a little bit usable, but as long as it's clean, we will take it back.
I was going to say, geez, it's going to be really, I don't know. I can't imagine you getting all these stinky blankets back.
No, so far they've come back clean.
Okay.
People are being very nice.
Well, that's good.
We don't want to handle all the ones that are
I can picture your warehouse personnel now.
Oh yeah.
But it's a very nice promotion that they're doing, and I think a lot of the horse shelters are going to be really appreciative when they start getting the blankets back and be able to use them, even if it's a couple of years. It's still something nice for them, and it's also nice for you as a shopper to get $75 off the blanket. And I think we all discount their blankets to about 7% off the suggested manufacturer's price. So with that, you could end up with almost $100 off the price of your blanket. So.
And do you do free shipping on Rambos too?
Yeah, what we're doing is doing free shipping this year on all of our Rambo turnouts. So that's kind of neat because you'll be sending back the other ones, to us, or even if you're not, if you want a Rambo turnout, they'll be all shipped out from here, free shipping.
So, Stephanie, I'm a big fan of the Newmarket blankets, and I think they're cozy for horses and ponies. I hear that they have some Newmarket stuff for people too.
Absolutely, there's fleece jackets and fleece vests and even a fleece dog rug.
Yeah, the dog rug is horrible.
It's what?
There's even a dog rug.
And Chris, you said the dog rug's horrible?
No, I said it's absolutely adorable.
Oh, adorable! I was.
It's the most wonderful thing you've ever seen. Everybody who's seen it has wanted to get one for the dog. It is just lovely. It's got that classic, the orange and the yellow and the black coloring. The nice thing is that you can get the cooler for your horse, which is really very nice. Again, in the same stripes. And you can also, get your dog and matching halter for your horse, and you can even get some fabulous new designer wear clothing as well that Horsewear has brought in from Europe that is just stunning. It all has this same kind of very traditional look to it, but that kind of edgy new fashion. So they've managed to very successfully, I think, combine those two elements, fashion with tradition, which is hard to do, and done just a super job of it.
I'm looking at the dog rug. You're absolutely right. It's the Newmarket blanket on a dog.
Isn't it great?
It is
So
neat,
cute.
actually.
It's just the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
And I think it's going to be in the mid-20s price-wise, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The nice thing is it's not big and stiff like some of the dog blankets that you can get.
Right.
So it's really something that is kind of warm and cozy. And I can see on my dogs, when I bring them in and they're freezing cold, actually putting that on and it almost be like a throw for them as well, which is kind of a neat thought. And they're doing a Newmarket striped throw that you can actually bring home with you as well, just to complete the theme that they have. And it comes packaged with a lovely little card and big ribbon on top of it. It's a perfect gift. And so that's our final offering to you guys, and for everyone listening to the Stable Scoop show, is that we're going to give away a, as they put it, soft and cozy Newmarket striped throw by Horsewear, which is it's lovely. We're all going to get one for the office here. We'll be sitting around draped in them. We're known for our throws when winter comes, and that's our throw of choice for this year. So.
When you see the black and the yellow and the orange, the stripe, the Newmarket stripe, it instantly evokes feelings of coziness and comfort, and so it's really nice to see that striped brand, that familiarity in socks and hats and the coats, because it's just everything. The whole line looks so cozy.
It does, but they've managed to pull off it being fashionable too. It's really easy sometimes, to get that traditional look, and you go, "Oh, this is very nice, but I would never wear it." But what they've done is really got an exceptional designer coming in from Europe who has done an amazing job with this line and making it really trendy. We're getting a lot of people buying it that is out of our industry just because it looks so good. So, they've really made, or I think it's probably one of the strongest collections on the market in terms of that a match between what the horses have and also what we have in our collection. They've done a nice job with it, I think.
Right.
Well, that's great. So that means we're going to be giving away two things, and we should announce how that's going to be done. We're going to be giving away an Arena jacket, and you said that one's going to be in the blue, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to be giving an Arena jacket in the blue, and we're also going to be giving away a Newmarket throw rug for you, for the rider, to keep warm. So those two things we will have when this show goes live. There will be a page on our website for
and socks. We have a pair of socks.
Oh, you have a pair of the socks as well?
Yes, socks from Mountain Horse, the Unisex Ultra socks.
Oh, great. Well, we have three things then we're going to be giving away.
The Mountain Horse gave the socks, and the other two things are coming courtesy of the Equestrian Collection.
Great.
Okay.
Super.
So,
well,
thank you.
We will put a sign-up page on our website. We'll put a link to it from our homepage at stablescoop.com. And, of course, we'll advertise it also on your fan book page and on ours and Twitter and the whole thing. And why don't we leave it open?
It's already on Twitter.
Why don't we leave it open for about 2 weeks?
Wonderful.
And then we'll choose a winner. So you have 2 weeks to sign up to win one of these three great prizes. This is just good stuff. We appreciate that, Chris. This will be a lot of fun to see who. Let's hope somebody from Florida doesn't win it. But but I guess it gets chilly down there too.
It does. So they think it does.
It's all relative. It's all relative. Cold is cold.
myself.
We used to sell more of the biggest blankets to Florida than any other place.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're all
going on
split
here?
there. Yes, absolutely.
And we appreciate you both being on with us. This has been a lot of fun going over some of the new stuff. As I mentioned, we will have links to all the products that we discussed today on our show notes at stablescoop.com. This is episode 60. So you can check out all of the products and pictures and everything there and go see the prices and go buy stuff. That's what we ultimately encourage you to do. And Equestrian Collections, to add to it, has a certificate, actually a discount that they offer to Stable Scoop fans. And it's actually $10 off any order of $120 or more. You just, when you're checking out, you put Stable Scoop, 2 words, Stable Scoop, in the coupon section, right, Chris?
Yes, it's on checkout. I'll ask for the coupon code. Just stick it in there, and that will make it work.
Okay, so that's $10 off any order of $120 or more. So pretty much you buy 1 or 2 of the items we talked about today, and you're going to get your Stable Scoop discount. So we encourage you to do that as well. Well, thank you both, and we'll look forward to seeing you at Christmas time for the Christmas gift buying episode.
That will be fun.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Well, as always, talking about stuff is a lot of fun.
Stuff, yeah. This is serious stuff. This isn't just
this is good stuff. Good equestrian stuff.
Boots and breeches and cozy and warm.
Yeah, well, that's one thing you do. I do feel warmer now that we've talked about all this winter wear and actually looking at the new market blankets and stuff. That does make you feel warm and
doesn't
cozy.
it? It just makes you think of football games and hot cider.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can have a matching one for your horse, yourself, and your dog now.
Oh, I am such a geek. I will get everything matching. Hat, gloves. My daughter will be dressed in the same stuff. My dog, my horse.
Well, I'll tell you what. The only one I really had a little bit of a problem with was the hoodie thing that you pull over your head. What's that called again?
Balaclava.
Balaclava, which we should know how to say.
Balaclava.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just I don't know. I don't. We'll see how that does. I guess
it's going to keep your nose warm.
Yeah, it definitely will. You will. I'm a geek, and I look at that and think geek. So.
Well, you know what? I'm a mother, and I look at that and I say, I don't have to worry about my daughter's face freezing off when she rides.
Well, that's true. Okay, I'll give you
or
that.
my own, you know. But when you're a grown up, you kind of know better to check your nose and to say, okay, it's time to go in, or, But it's the younger ones, they don't realize when their nose is turning scary shades of pink and red.
All right. Well, we'll put pictures of Helena in her balaclava. Riding at the hunt this year. She'll be in the height of fashion.
They're going to love that.
All right, we do want to say, don't forget about the drawing. We just discussed that. You'll find a link to it on our homepage. Just go sign up. It's quick, it's easy, it's free, and you can win one of the 3 great prizes that Chris and Horseware are giving away. That was very nice of them to do, and unexpected. We didn't even know about that till the beginning of the show. So we look forward to seeing who wins those. And we will be back again next week, Helena, where we have a discussion with 2 new equestrian organizations that are out there.
That's great.
So it'll be a lot of fun. We're always excited to see when new organizations come to the forefront.
Yeah, we're knitting that little horse community together. We're getting bigger and bigger.
That's right, and we're looking forward to that. We also, as we said, you can find all the show notes and the links and everything at stablescoop.com, and you can also follow us. We do have a fan page on Facebook as well, and you can just search for Stable Scoop in the upper right-hand corner and join us there.
And you can follow us on Twitter as well.
Did I miss anything, Helena?
You missed Twitter.
Oh, you can follow us on Twitter at Horse Radio, and Helena at?
Helena_B.
That's right, Helena_B. I think people keep trying to put in Helena B, and that's, I think, somebody else.
Yeah, can you imagine? How dare that?
Yeah, let's hope it's not like a porn star or something, or they're getting an earful right now.
That would be my luck. My luck.
I did want to mention one other thing, too, that was very exciting that's coming up here on the Dressage Radio Show. I have 2 things I wanted to mention.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think I have my name wrong. Yeah, no wonder. My Twitter, I've got more than one Twitter profile, apparently.
Okay.
I'm an idiot and I don't know how to sign up for Twitter. My Twitter name is Helena_BEE. B-E-E, as in
That's
Bumble.
right. It is Helena_BEE. Now I remember that.
Helena_BEE.
We need to put that in our show notes so that we remember to tell people the right one.
No, man, I gotta go. So actually, the other Helena B would be me.
Oh, good.
That would be my alter ego. So anyway,
So
sorry
the one
about
you actually post under is Helena BEE _BEE.
Right. I
Okay,
couldn't make
great.
it any more complicated.
And that link is also over on our website as well.
Okay.
And over on the Dressage Radio Show, Helena, we got an exclusive interview Chris did with Isabel Worth, and she did also talk about her pregnancy and also her suspension, because as you might know, the Germans suspended her for a year for drug testing. So the FEI only suspended her for 6 months, but the German Federation actually came back and really tried to make an example out of her. And suspended her for a year. Now, she still will be eligible just in time to qualify for the World Equestrian Games, and she is 8.5 months pregnant. So it's not like she was going to be doing a lot of riding right now anyway, but she does speak about it. She was very candid and open about it. So if you want to hear that interview with Isabel, that'll be on the Dressage Radio Show, and that's coming up. You can take a look for that over at dressageradio.com. So that's it. Check out Isabel on the Dressage Radio Show. Well, Helena, we have run over time, and we need to get the heck out of here. So I'll tell you what, we will see you again next week for more Stable Scoop fun.
I think we call that the scoop.
Episode 60 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show on the Horse Radio Network. What are you laughing at?
I thought you were saying hi to somebody named Jack. I'm like, who's Jack? Did he hire somebody new? I'm sorry.
We're never going to get through this show.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is try number 3. This is episode 60 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show on the Horse Radio Network. I can't read the woo-hoo.
All right, we gotta bring it. This is gonna be
This
for
in
the
a blooper reel.